So I just watched this TikTok of someone who had way over invited the people to her wedding guests, way over invited venue capacity. And she was at capacity and like RSVP yeses are still coming in and she was panicking. Now, I am not going to tag them because I don't want to call them out. And honestly, it's too late for her right now anyway. That I just want this to be a learning experience for other people. And I will say, a lot of people in the comments are asking, like, why did you over invite? Why are you inviting over capacity? And she's saying, well, because like 30 to 40% of people don't come. And this is what her wedding planner told her. And I think it's interesting she has a wedding planner, but I'll get to that. So let's talk about attrition. So attrition can mean different things in different capacities. And there's two places that you want to think about it. There is the difference of the people you invite versus the people you RSVP yes. And then there's the difference between the yeses and the no-shows. Now in my area, and I'll concede that maybe where they live, the trends of attrition are just different. So maybe I just don't know. But on the West Coast, pre-COVID, in my area, attrition of invites to yeses tended to be 15 to 20% or so. And then no-shows could trend like 5 to 10%. Now, if everyone's traveling out of town, there can be a big difference there. Meaning the attrition from invite to yeses might be bigger because people don't want to travel or they don't have the means to travel. But no-shows tend to be a little bit less because when people have put money on the line, flights, hotel, etc., and they're going to lose that money, they tend to commit to it. Keeping in mind that sometimes people just miss their flights. Shit happens. Sometimes there's grounded flights, all those things that are out of our control, that happens too, or like illness, things like that. But as far as like people just flaking, that's a lot less when they've committed to a flight. In my experience. But I have never seen it be 30 to 40% between invite and yes. And since COVID, it's been a lot smaller because people are coming. People are coming to weddings. They want to come out and party. I have had weddings where it's 100% attendance. Every person invited comes. And the weddings that aren't 100%, it's closer to 5% of no's, and then a teeny amount of no-shows, maybe like 1 or 2% no-shows, with some exceptions, but as a whole on a trend, or on average is what I meant to say. So here's the learning experience. Here's what I would do to prevent this from happening. The first thing you do is before you even book your venue, you need to make your invite list. And if single person invited that you want to come says yes, that's your count. And that's what I would book my venue for. And keep in mind, you also have to have vendors in that venue. And capacity is often, like some venues will pad it for safety, but it includes your vendors because it's often about fire code. If, however, say you really, really want a venue and your venue holds 200 people and you really like your invite list is like, say, 250, what you can do is you can invite the 200 most important people, or say 190 most important people that you really, really want there. And then wait for no's, and then have a B list of invites. And that B list cannot get save the dates, y'all, because we are not setting save the dates and then not an invite. That's super rude. To do this, you're also going to want to set your RSVP buy date a little sooner to give you wiggle room to then invite new people. But we really don't want to play fast and loose with capacity. It could be a complete disaster and genuinely unsafe. I really feel for this person. I don't know what their wedding planner told them. And I think, okay, I'm not going to say what I think, but I really, really feel for them and I hope they're able to work it out. But for everyone else, this is what I would do. Don't put yourself in that situation. Happy wedding planning.